at them, so beautiful. They are a blessing to our village.
They say a woman's heart can carry more secrets than the ocean has water. I never truly believed that until I kept one that cost me everything I ever loved. My name is Adama, the firstborn of the Nwokedị twins. My sister, Adenma, and I were born on a hot August morning in our little village of Umuokiri, somewhere nestled between the slow breath of rivers and red earth. My mother always told me we cried at the same time, ate at the same time, and even fell ill together. It was almost as though we shared one soul in two bodies. People would stop us on the road and marvel. "Ah, see, double blessing, identical to the bone," they'd exclaim. But what they didn't know was that no matter how alike we looked on the outside, inside, we were very different. I was the quiet, cautious one. Adanma? She had the fire. She could charm anyone with a smile and break the rules with the ease of someone who never feared consequence. We moved to Lagos after university, young, hungry for life, and hopeful. We rented a modest apartment in Ikeja, landed decent jobs, and rose quickly. The city was kind to us. It gave us independence, pride, and each other. We did everything together. Cooked, dressed, even took evening strolls after work just to watch the yellow buses yell at each other. Then, one Thursday evening, the story began to change. I was in the kitchen, slicing onions, when the front door creaked. I wiped my hands and peeked out. "Sis," Adanma called, "come meet someone." He stepped into the light. Tall, neat, polished, with eyes that didn't flinch and a smile that said he knew more than he would say. "This is Chijioke," she said, eyes glittering. "My person." Chijioke looked at me, and then back at her. I could see the confusion clouding his eyes. "You didn't say you had a twin," he said. Adanma laughed. "Surprise!" He chuckled politely, but his eyes lingered too long. It made my skin crawl. I offered a small nod, excused myself, and returned to the kitchen, heart pounding. That night, I barely slept. I couldn't explain it, but something about him didn't sit well with me. Still, I said nothing. 1 year passed. They were inseparable. Chijioke was always around, buying gifts, fixing things in the house, whispering with her on the balcony. He proposed with a gold ring on the beach at Tarkwa Bay, surrounded by candles and sea breeze. She said yes, of course. Then came the village journey. They went to Umuokiri and performed the traditional rites. I stayed behind in Lagos, watched over the apartment, and waited. Their white wedding was everything Lagos dreams are made of: grand, loud, expensive. I stood by her side, wearing matching asoebi, smiling for the cameras, and hiding a feeling I didn't understand. After the wedding, she moved out. I stayed back, alone now, in our once shared apartment. Months passed, then a year, then 2. No child. At first, it didn't seem to matter. Chijioke would pat her shoulder gently and say, "It will happen when it's time." But behind his calm, there were whispers. His mother and father came from Enugu every few months with more prayers, more potions. "You must give us a child, Adanma," his mother would say. "We need a son to carry the name," his father added. Each time she visited me, her shoulders slumped a little more. Her smile dimmed. "Sis, they're choking me," she said one night, eyes glassy with tears. "If I don't give them a child soon, they'll send me away." "Does Chijioke defend you?" She looked away. That was my answer. Then came the question. It was late, the sky bruised with clouds and the air thick with coming rain. "Adema," she said, voice trembling, "what if you helped me?" I frowned. "Help me how?" "You know, you and I, we're the same. He can't tell. Please, just for a while, help me get pregnant. Then we switch back." I stared at her like she had grown horns. "Are you mad?" I whispered. "Sis, I'm begging you. I'll go mad in that house. They watch me every second. I feel like a ghost." I refused. For weeks. But her visits became fewer, her voice thinner. One day, she fainted in my apartment from stress and hunger. I carried her to bed, sat beside her, and cried. That night, I agreed. I moved in quietly. She gave me her keys, her nightgowns, her perfume. She even taught me the way she laughs. Chijioke barely noticed. He worked late most nights, came home tired, and went straight to bed. We barely spoke. Until one night, he reached for me. My heart thudded like thunder, but I let it happen. Weeks passed, then a month, then 2, then morning sickness. I was pregnant. I watched my belly grow, carrying a secret that weighed more than the child inside. When the baby came, Kamsia Chuku, they named him, I cried silently in the hospital room. He looked just like Chijioke. They said he had his mother's smile. I said nothing. 2 weeks later, we switched back. Adanma moved in again. She took her place beside her husband, her son, her life. I returned to the quiet apartment in Ikeja, now filled with echoes and ghosts. I told myself I did the right thing, that family came first, that I had saved her. But something inside me had changed. Then came Namdi. He was unlike Chijioke, open, kind, transparent. He met me at a charity event and chased me with a smile that melted my fears. For the first time in years, I felt safe. We courted for 9 months and got married in a simple ceremony by the sea. No crowds, no pressure. Just love. A year passed. No child. 2 years. Still nothing. We visited the hospital, blood tests, scans, hormonal profiles. Then came the words that cracked me open. "Madame," the doctor said, peering over his glasses, "you've had complications, likely from your last pregnancy. You may not be able to conceive again, but we will try." I stared at him. Namdi turned to me, confused. "Pregnancy? What pregnancy?" I froze. I had a baby. Years ago. You never told me." Tears spilled down my face. "I gave it to my sister." The words fell heavy between us. He stood up, walked out, didn't return for days. When he finally did, he slept in the guest room. Eventually, he left completely. I haven't seen him since. Adanma still has her family. She tries to visit sometimes. I don't open the door. I can't. I loved her enough to give her a life, and in doing so, I lost mine. Kamsi calls me auntie. I nod and smile. He doesn't know. Maybe he never will. Maybe it's better that way. Lesson learned. Love built on deception will eventually crumble. Even the purest intentions can destroy what we value most if the foundation is not truth. Moral of the story: no secret stays buried forever. When we twist fate,
I still can't believe
twists
you wore the
us
pink afro
back.
tonight. It looks incredible.
I know, right? I wanted to surprise you. This evening has been perfect.
It really has.
To us.